It's that time once again, friends and folks. This is a machine from the real world, so no spoilers. Please enjoy the episode. Hello, friends and folks, and welcome back to another episode of Mechanista NG. I guess we're doing a request, huh? I guess that's what we're supposed to do at this point.
Yeah.
I'm Six Stepmar.
And I'm Dylan.
I didn't think about that, because I was like, oh, you know, just rolling dice. And also, last time we did a request, but it was a patron request, so
Yeah.
obviously it's a bonus episode, you know. But, sure, let's roll this one. Sure. Okay.
I heard that small laugh, so I'm like, oh no.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Well.
This is a request from listener Aiden. Hello, Aiden. Aiden, I think, you know, has been on the show before. I think we're looking to get them back on the show again in a month or two here.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
it should be fun.
Cool.
But, you know, for now, you know, I should zoom out. This picture's big.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's, you know, this is very high res.
Okay.
They've rezzed a lot of things. I told you to... Okay, never mind. Sorry. I'm getting mad at Windows. Let's get you a really big clue, right?
Okay. Let's do
Let's start you off with a lot of information.
it. Okay, sure.
There you go.
Oh, you gotta be
You're not
fucking
on-
kidding me. Alright.
Describe a little for the listener.
It is...
Please.
There's a blue chassis with a singular headlight on it. Now, what I'm realizing is confusing me is I was like, wait a minute, that can't be a headlight, because that's not the front of a vehicle, is it? That doesn't look like the front of a vehicle. That looks like the
That's your job to figure that out.
This looks like the front of like a roller coaster car or something to me instead.
Ah, that would be fun. It's not a roller coaster car, but that would be
Or like
really
a
funny.
minecart or something. Because it's like, okay, the reason I think that is, if you look at where the light is, and maybe I have to expand my thought on how large this is, but when you look at this looks like you are looking at the center of a vehicle, because you can see like there's an arch going on above the headlight, and then, so my brain is going, oh, wait, you know, is this a... But now that I'm thinking about it, one, this could be larger than what I'm thinking, or two, this could be weirder than I'm thinking. Is this a train of some sort?
This is not a train. I was deciding whether or not to give you that information.
Okay.
This is not a train.
Okay. I just was thinking...
I'm going to give you the next picture.
Yeah, give me another picture. Oh! What the hizzy hell is this? What are those below? Like, okay, I meant to mention it before, but like below the headlight, which is kind of welded in there, it looks like, or like, I don't know what's going on with that, like, black material around the base of the headlamp into the light blue. You have what appears to be, I mean, I know this isn't what it is, it looks like a hotel, like, bell, almost to me, like that's the button in the middle and that the rest of that's the bell. Mm-hmm. And you got these, like, little bumpies on the side. This is a weird vehicle. This is gonna be like a one-person vehicle or something. Because... Because it only has the one headlight in the middle, I'm thinking still. And so I'm imagining, and like looking at the size of this headlight, this looks like it would be the size of a standard headlight to me. Like, this doesn't look like it's expanded to be big. So, to me,
I see what you mean.
This looks like a thing where, like, you would have the person sitting in the middle here, like back here, where I'm not seeing. I don't know. I really do not know. You can grant a bit more if you wish, but...
Sure. Let's get you a little bit more. And then I have some alternate ideas for when you are, I'm going to say, inevitably stumped.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
I mean, I wouldn't get it.
I mean, yeah. Oh! Huh. This is... Okay, so this is definitely a vehicle of some sort that is small. Oh. What is this reminding me of? What is that video? You play? I know you've played Hitman. That vehicle that what is it called? It's in the one level where you're in the hotel. I was wondering if this is like a what is it?
Bangkok.
Yeah.
Bangkok.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember what the vehicle is,
Man,
though.
Bangkok. I mean, I'm sure whatever that vehicle is has a fictional name in that.
Right. Oh, a tuk-tuk. Tuk-tuk, right?
I see, a tuk-tuk.
Yeah,
sure.
because that's what because that's what they call it in the game, if I remember right. Like, when you sell it to the one guy.
I see.
And, like, and so when I see that, you get why I'm thinking this, right? Though, now that I look at it, tuk-tuk/auto rickshaws tend to have only a singular wheel at the front, rather than two. So it is not. But you can see why I was thinking that, right? Like, when I see the shape of this.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not an auto rickshaw, as it were. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have two things I'm going to give you.
Okay.
Next, I'm going to give you the whole picture.
Okay, sure.
And then you're not going to be able to get it.
No.
And I'm going to give you one more thing. This is the vehicle in question.
Okay. Waiting for it to load.
Sorry, it's high resolution, as I said.
Right. That's why. Oh, this is weird. Does it only have one wheel on the back?
And then I'm going to give you a piece of the Wikipedia with some censor bars, and if you can guess some of the words, then
okay.
Then I'll give it to you.
This thing's kind of cute. This is for the
The blank. The blank is a blank originally made from 1962 to 1965 by the blank on the Isle of Man, and then from 2010 to present. It was listed in the 2010 Guinness World Records as the smallest blank ever made. I am not indicating whether blanks are one word or multiple.
Well, looking at the size of the blank, this is not a car. You can't call this a car, I don't think. Or an automobile. Because automobile, I think, would be bigger than this. Like, smallest. I don't know. It's funny that it's for the Isle of Man, specifically. This is where it was made. It's not... No, because that's too... I'm staring at the size of the bars, and that's the thing that makes it hard, right? Is, like...
Yeah. Remember how Wikipedia is. Sometimes they don't phrase things the way you would in a sentence, like normally, conversationally.
Okay, yeah.
So I will give you this first one is, of course, the name of the machine. Then we have a classification.
Okay.
The manufacturer, and then a different classification. This second classification is more broad. This one is more specific.
Okay.
If you can get any of it, I'll give you the win.
I'm like thinking of how they would word it.
To describe a little more for the listener while Dylan thinks.
Yeah, sorry.
This is, as stated, it is a single driver wheeled vehicle. It does have that one headlight in the front, a rather flat front, as Dylan notes. 3 other things on the front. They look like little notches of some sort or something. There appears to be something specifically below the headlight. I have a theory as to what that is. We have a license plate of some sort below that. We have a slanted windshield with 3 stickers on it. A single windshield wiper up at the very top that covers the whole windshield. Inside we see that there's a little leather seat and a steering wheel. You've got a side view mirror on one side. I don't think you have one on the other, or perhaps you just can't tell from the angle.
This isn't going to be something... just as a quick guess, this isn't going to be something weird like a self-propelled vehicle. Like, you propel it like the Flintstones, where you run a little bit with it and it gets going. I don't know.
That's a fun idea, but no.
Okay.
one of the things that I do think is interesting about this design, looking at it, is there's a 3-wheeled, 2 wheels up front, 1 in back, as Dylan has noted, but it doesn't really seem to narrow that much over its length. You would imagine that this style of vehicle would really come to a point, but because it's barely wide enough for a person to fit in, it can't taper the way you would expect.
Yeah, so... Yeah, it's a 3-wheeled small car. I don't know what else to call it. It's a small vehicle with 3 wheels.
If you are close enough to giving me something I would give you credit for, do you want to give it one more try? Give it one more rephrasing?
What? That only makes me a little more confused in a weird way, but I don't know. I'm thinking, small... Okay, was it small car, or was it the 3-wheeled part?
I mean, 3-wheeled is correct. One of these phrases includes the phrase 3-wheeled.
Okay. But, so that's not... But, okay, if it includes the phrase 3-wheeled, that means it's not... Okay, so that's not the part that was close. Because...
I already said technically it's hard to be closer than to be on top of something, but...
Well, you know what I mean, though. Like, but
that's my favorite form of pedantry. Yeah, is trying to mislead you. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Of course. Thanks, partner. Small car. Is there a word for small car?
You're running out of time.
Tiny car. Micro car.
Micro car.
No, that's
congratulations, Dylan.
That's not a real. Hold on. Is that a real
The Peel M50 is a 3-wheeled microcar made from 1962 to 1965 by the Peel Engineering Company on the Isle of Man, and then from 2010 to present.
Okay.
It was listed in 2010 Guinness World Records as the smallest production car ever made. The original model has no reverse gear, but a handle at the rear allows the very lightweight car to be maneuvered physically when required. aka, you don't back up, you get out and pick it up, or drag it.
So, are all microcars K-cars or vice versa?
Interesting question. I believe a microcar is smaller than a K car.
You know what? You're right. Because
but
now
also
that I
K
think
car is
about
a
it,
Japanese classification.
well, I was also thinking about it, I'm like, well, the K cars can usually still fit they can usually fit 2 people on them at least. So these are kind of even smaller than that, right? Like, this is tiny.
It's also based both of them are microcar is a classification that means the engine is smaller than 700cc, right? Which is still, more than 3 times as fast as Mario Kart can go. And then K car is based on a Japanese motorway.
Yeah, it's like whether it's street legal or not, right?
Technically, the engine has to be under 660cc for a K car. So theoretically, you could have, not only could you have a K car that is a microcar, I think that's probably fairly common. You could have a K car that is a microcar that is higher performance than a K car, has a bigger engine.
Okay, interesting.
All
right.
The Peel is a very extreme example here.
Yeah, this is a weird little guy. So yeah, you already mentioned a lot of parts of it while I was trying to figure it out. The singular center windshield wiper. You got these little, I assume these are for turning, little turn signal lights.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Though it also looks like it just has also brake lights and whatnot on the back. It's got these, instead of a normal bumper, it's got these 4 little corner that look like they're made out of a more softened material than the metal around these corners here. There's little micro bumpers as well. These are kind of cute. I hate that I kind of like this just because it's weird and small. I still don't know what these are on the front, these 3 things.
So these 2 on the edges, I can't tell. This one?
Oh, is that the gas?
I think is pretty clearly a flip to start the engine.
Oh, that's a flip to start the engine. Okay. I didn't know if that was where you might, or a switch. I meant, I was thinking though, I was is that the gas cap? But no. I don't know where the gas cap would be on this, actually, looking at it. Oh, maybe it's that little thing right there?
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still near the front,
Mm-hmm.
And there's not, a lot of rooms to be doing... There's not a lot of room on this to be doing piping and whatnot throughout your vehicle.
Do you have any guess as to this thing's dimensions? I want length and width.
Oh.
I can give you a picture to help you get some
You know what? No,
perspective.
I let me initially guess first, just looking at it and like the size of it and how it fits one person. I'm going to say that this is about. I'm going to say it's about 5 feet wide.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so if it's 5 feet wide, it's a little longer than it is wide. So I'm going to say like 7 feet long, maybe, or 6 feet long.
Gotcha. You significantly overshot it.
Oh, I overshot it significant. How? Oh no! Oh no! That's so tiny.
This is 3 feet 3 inches wide.
Oh my god! How tall is it?
And height. I don't have that.
Well, I mean,
here.
actually, looking at it though, if it's 3 inches or 3 feet 3 inches wide, how long is it?
It is 54 inches, so I believe that is 4 feet 6 inches. Is that right? Yes.
Yes. So it's only like 4 feet tall. Also, that means because like look at if you're judging based.
Yeah, probably thereabouts. Yeah.
This is so tiny. Like in a way, it's really funny, right? Because you look at the picture above when you're seeing the seat and the steering wheel, it doesn't really prepare you for it, right? Because you're like, well, oh my god. I love the little rear basket.
Famed animated piece of trash, Jeremy Clarkson on Top Gear once demonstrated this by driving it through doorways in buildings.
Oh. Okay, yeah. That is so
It's
much
small.
smaller than I thought. Like, I just... You look like a cartoon character in there. You'd be so crammed. Not me, really, because I'm 5'4", so I think I would actually look kind of normal in there, but, like, people who are quite tall and whatnot, like, what do you do with your knees?
Well, you know who there, you want to see a big guy in this?
Yeah, sure.
Here is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a P50.
I guess actually looking at it, that's why it has such a tall, like, trucker-style steering wheel, is so that you have room for your legs below that.
Yeah, and because there's fucking nothing inside of it,
Yeah.
right? Like, here's another shot, another angle on the interior. It's hollowed out.
Yeah. Oh, I can't imagine the driving this would be comfortable, because, like, you need to, like, install your own fan or something, I think, because it doesn't look like it has like AC or anything. Which
no, I mean it's so stripped down that you can see the wires from the pedals going into the motor.
Oh my god, yeah, that's what that is. Oh my god.
Just kind of terrifying.
I guess you do have a lot of leg room in there actually. I didn't realize how hollow it was. So you have more leg room than I thought, but oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That's so small. That's funny. What a goofy vehicle. Yeah.
It is street legal in the UK and the US. Other places it varies. In the Netherlands, you have to register it as a tricycle.
That's actually pretty funny. So like the thing I'm thinking of though, right, is you mentioned this was on the Isle of Man, is where this was made. And I'm just like, that the Isle of Man. Let me see. What's the Isle of Man weather like? Humidity. Today is 96%. Tomorrow it'll only be 82%. And also, it's 65. So like the temperature is not too crazy, right? It's 65 F. But with that level of humidity, you need, oh my god. The inside of this would just be so uncomfortable for me. I already hate, like, where I'm at, like, when it hits, like, 60 or 70% humidity, I'm like, I'm dying.
On Ronald's Way, Isle of Man, in Fahrenheit, the high that it hit between 1991 and 2020 was 84 degrees Fahrenheit, and the low was 18 degrees Fahrenheit. Obviously, 18 degrees Fahrenheit, yeah, that's cold, but, like, that's all livable.
Yeah, no, I didn't consider, but I guess with it being an island, the weather is, it's not as bad as I was thinking. I mean, now that I think about it, even, does England ever hit, like, does the UK itself ever hit, like, over 100 Fahrenheit?
I can't answer that question.
I'm looking it up.
I'm not doing the research right now.
I am.
Okay. You know how many rainy days on average do you think they have a year?
Every day?
On the Isle of Man.
Every day?
142. You're close. Spiritually you're close.
I guess it wouldn't really rain when it's too cold for it to rain, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But, like, I imagine, like, spring, summer, and autumn are very rainy in general.
Actually, those are the least.
What? Really?
Winter is the most rainy. It starts to pick up in October. November is the worst. Then December. Then January. February it starts to go down. By March it goes down to about 11 a month, and then it drops down and it picks back up as autumn and winter start up again.
Well, let me just say, looking at the highest temperature for the constituent countries of the UK, global warming is hitting them like a truck because it's all 2022 and 2021. England, it was 104.5 degrees. In Wales, it was 98.8. In Scotland, it was 94.6. And in Northern Ireland, it was 88.3. But it's all in the 2020s, so
and that's for the whole country, right?
Well, for the whole country too. Yeah, so. For England, it was.
Do you know what America's is?
Probably 120 something.
Remember what exists in America. I will say the high is from over 100 years ago.
Okay, it's gonna be in Death Valley or something, and it's gonna be 130.
Yes.
Yeah.
134.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. I lived in Las Vegas. I am near Death Valley, so well, that's why...
I'm nearer to Death Valley, but...
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, of course. But California's a weird place, though. California weather is weird.
True. It's strange.
Well, I mean, y'all have the ocean to help you out. Or hurt you, depending on your feelings. Me staying in Oceanside, California, and going... I feel like I'm melting because I'm wet at all times because of the humidity. I don't like humidity.
I do have to... Okay, sorry. I do have to post one more Peel picture here.
Uh-huh.
Here is someone addressing the fact that it can't, back up.
Oh. I mean, you know what, though?
Just pick it up.
That's an old guy. I was going to say, look at that guy. He's kind of an older gentleman there. If he can pick that up easily and move it, you know what? That's okay. If you need to reverse that way, that's fine. Now, you know what I would be more worried about with this? It's not these themselves. I think if the road was only these microcars, that it would be pretty good. The problem is...
The world would be a better place. Yeah.
But the problem is, I have to imagine, even on the Isle of Man, that these are being driven alongside commercial vehicles, and that's scarier to me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you wouldn't want to be in this.
I think part of the reason they're street legal is almost certainly because of their age. They need airbags and stuff.
Yeah.
Badly.
How expensive are these? I'm curious now.
Well, they started manufacturing them again in 2010, so probably not that bad.
According to Classic.com, they actually go for higher than you would think. The average is $31,000 for them. They only sold
That's about what I would think.
3. Is the thing, though. It's not. There's not a high. I guess there's just not a easy way to see the sheer amount. And of course, the old ones are actually quite expensive. Because if it still works, then yeah. Because
sure. It's the modern run.
Yeah,
it's cheaper.
Yeah, the 1963. There was a 1963 one in 2022 that sold for what is that? 111,000 111,000 pounds. So.
Oh, I got a great view of the back from this.
Which would be
particular.
In modern price, it would be $151,000, though. I do love the giant, like, font and whatnot on the... Well, what appears to be a giant font, but then again, you think about the size of this, it's actually not nearly as big as you think, but, like, the license plates.
I mean, yeah, like, the license plates in the UK just tend to be bigger.
It's just funny
The
because,
font
like,
on them,
this
so.
thing, you'd never realize, like, perspective on things until you're, like, looking at this and I'm like, oh, this must be large, and then I look over there and I'm like, actually, that's a pretty reasonable size. It's just... This thing is fucking tiny, and it warps your view of perspective around it, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Just by being tiny. Oh yeah, I was about to ask. Yeah, it only has a single door. It's got the left-hand side door there.
Its top speed is 38 miles per hour.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Ooh, the new ones are electric.
Okay. That, you know what? Given the size and whatnot, and if that's the expected performance, that kind of makes sense to me in a way.
I mean, the 38 miles per hour is from the 64 version. I don't have stats for the newer one.
Okay. Can't imagine original, it's much faster, all things considered.
The original Peels sold for 299 quid.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I mean, 1950 money, but still.
Yeah, but that's
or
still...
1960 money, I guess. Still pretty cheap.
Yeah, no. Investing in my future by going to the past and buying a whole bunch of these. Keeping them in working order and then selling them for hundreds of thousands of pounds in the future.
Bet if you could time travel, there'd be better ways to do it.
Oh, yeah, no. No, there are plenty of things you could do. But, yeah.
So, to describe this...
you covered most of it.
I mean, I did a bad job, but, I tried. There's some fun venting on the lower side here, near the front tire. I assume that's just where the exhaust goes from the engine, because if you look at the back...
There's no exhaust.
I don't see an exhaust pipe.
No. That would add more weight. You don't need metal pipes, just have it come out the side there. True. Just straight out where it's, And
it's only on. It looks like it's only on the one side
it's only
as well.
On the one
Interesting.
Side, yeah. I mean, it's probably better to have your exhaust venting only in one place rather than out of both sides.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's got a little handbrake right here just on the inside. The door opens backwards, right? Just reverse,
And it's only the one door.
And the back is like a semi, right? It just stops in that way.
Yeah, it just is flat. Or nearly flat. It's got a little bump towards the bottom outward, but it's very,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No trunk space. Well, and that's what that's for down there. And that's why you buy the accessories,
the little trailer,
which is a tiny little trailer with a little like metal basket on top of it. Which, I want to trust my groceries to stay in that, if I'm being honest.
Well, you'd use bungee cords.
Even then, you know what I would rather this be? I'd rather it be a trunk. Like, as in well, you know what? Maybe you can just open
I'm sure it is. I'm almost positive you can pop it open and put stuff inside, and it just has a little extra on top for anything oversized or something.
That makes sense, actually. Okay.
I also, you said you say you wouldn't trust your groceries to this. The fastest you can go is 38. You're not hitting the freeway and shit's flying out.
You know what? That's a good point. That is a very good point. Oh, what a ridiculous little thing this car is.
Mm-hmm.
Are there variants of this car? Do we have other versions of it?
So we have some predecessors and successors. There's the folks, I know about the 45. We're not talking about the 45 because so basically on Top Gear, Mr. Shithead fucking made his own variant to try. Clarkson made his own variant to try and prove a point. I don't care. I'm not looking at that. But we could look at the Manxcar. The quality on these images is bad. I will warn you.
Oh, just old.
Just old and irrelevant because no one cared. This is the predecessor.
Oh, that one's got a funny little face on it. It's got two headlights, It's a bit more shaped like a car. Like, it's still three-wheeled,
It is.
but it has a trunk, is the main thing.
Uh-huh.
You've got, like, a little windshield wiper off to the side. It's still a single windshield wiper, it looks like. Maybe, unless there... No, that might be a second one there, and it just lays flat while that one's I don't know.
This is a fucking 2+2, right? This is a 2-door with 2 in front, 2 in back. But the thing that, it being like it is like, basically it was another like 300 quid car, and they were like, hang on, what if? And that's how the P50 happened, I think.
Yeah, I would not want to be in the back of this. Because you can see that it, like, tapers inward. It's going to be cramped. It reminds me of, like, my grandpa had a pickup truck, right? And it was a pickup truck that had the back seats, but the back seats were, like, those really tiny ones that are just, like, built into the sides, And so you would sit back there, and it's like, you're like, oh, well, look, I'm getting into a big truck, and then you realize, oh, there's not actually back seats. This sucks. Like, I'm, like, sitting on, like, a little fold-down seat. I do have a seat belt, but this feels like it's going to, this feels bad. It's very cramped. Anyway, like, just with the way that this tapers inward and whatnot, this just feels like you'd just be cramped back there, like a little clown car. Which is kind of the vibe of these, are little clown cars, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the license plate part, with having the two... See, the other one, because it only has the one headlamp, it doesn't give face vibes like a lot of cars. This one, having 2 headlamps, does have the face vibes again, and it's just going with its little license plate mouth in the front. But yeah.
And then, so that's the predecessor. The sequel, the successor, I guess I should say. Sequel's kind of a stupid phrase to use. Is the Trident.
Oh, okay, that's a cool name for it.
And with the P50, you were like, is this a Flintstones car, right? Was basically your original guess. And no, but this one is a Jetsons car.
What is... Oh, I love that little canopy. It's got, like, a little, like, rounded canopy. That's great. I love that.
It's pretty good.
2 different materials, I'm assuming?
2 different materials. Yeah, so it is a bubble car, and it has a front windshield, and then behind it, it has a different kind of material, like transparent material. I'm assuming still glass, just a different style of glass for the canopy.
I have to imagine also it's got to be tempered or something, because you don't... If you get, like, a hailstone and it hits the top of your car, you don't want this shattering over the driver. So it's probably...
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a picture of the 2 side by side here.
Okay.
You can see that it's longer and it's a little wider.
Yeah.
It's a 2-seater.
Oh, yeah.
It's 39 inches wide, and it's a 2-seater.
I'm like, wait. Good luck. The thing that I also think is funny is if you look at the headlamps, they're like inset into the top here, which is really really odd. But
I love that it again has a little switch
like
up front just to turn the engine on.
In terms of car faces, it looks like it got stung by a bee and was allergic to it.
It does. It's very puffy face.
Well, just especially like with the way that the lights are like weld in there, it just makes me. It just feels like it's puffed up. It's funny. I love this thing. It's very cute. How does this door open? Does it go up? Because you can see... Great
question. Well, you can see Are you ready for the answer?
Well, you can see the handle there, and you can see this, like, lining around the edge that is clearly trying to soften if you close this. So it's got to be, like, this whole front part pops open or something. Let's see.
This whole front part pops open.
Now, does it go forward or back? Let's see. Okay, yeah, forward. That is what it... I guess it couldn't really... Well...
It makes it look like a toy.
I love the 2 little seats in there. God. I love this thing, actually. This thing's great. What a funny little guy.
The idea that this is a 2-seater is so funny.
Oh!
Because...
That's hollow on the side, too. You can see there.
Oh! Huh.
It's just open. It's just open. The
He was a funny little man.
My other favorite thing is that this actually, if you look, the glass starts to distort the features of things, like, near the base of it.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's really fun. What a funny little guy. Like,
Okay, now these people are my heroes. This is... I think this is a convertible model?
oh boy. Amazing.
Fitting two people in that is an
I love the
achievement.
little, it's got the little, like, cheapo cloth, like, pullover like some convertibles have too. Or the...
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh.
This one's worse. This one's not the convertible. That looks so cramped.
Oh! Welcome to the future, and I just posted this thing. Just this. You know what though? I love it.
The rear profile of this is so cute.
Let's see, what is it? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's, yeah. What a funny little car. I love it, actually. Oh, this one actually does, it has like a muffler and shit. This one actually has like car parts, unlike the other one.
Go figure.
I love this one.
Yeah, and then our last one is a little disappointing, I'm afraid. Or, I guess it depends on how you view, like, setup continuation punchline, right?
Okay.
Here's the Peel Viking Sport. It's a car.
You just made a car! That's a car! That's not a cute micro car or anything, that's just a car! It's not a bad looking car, but it is just a car. It looks, you know what? I will say this, I assume this, well, what year is this, actually?
This is, 66 to 70.
Oh, okay, never mind, I was gonna give them credit for not making it look like a modern car, but that's because it's not.
I do like the tail here.
I was gonna say, this has, like, the thing that I associate with, like, British cars of being, like, it's got this, like, round cuteness to it. I like the round headlights. I don't think it's a bad-looking car, mind you, but after the treats of the microcars, this is a little bit disappointing at the end here. Yeah, it's just a two-seater...
It kind of looks like a 60s or 70s era Ferrari to me.
Oh, dude. It's funny, because I associate Ferraris with, like, flat panels.
Right, but they used to be way more bubbly.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. I also might be mixing up Ferraris and Lamborghinis because they're all expensive cars.
Lamborghinis, I feel like are like they're both flat these days. I feel like
Lamborghinis were always
for way longer.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look. You can understand why I mix up them. They're both cars made by companies and in a way that I would never be able to own either of them ever, or even really see one.
Okay, so here for comparison, here's the Ferrari 275 from 64 to 68.
That is a cool looking car.
It's a cool looking car. Ferraris used to be cool. I'm sorry to modern Ferraris. I don't think you're cool anymore.
There was like another car we had talked about. It's got concept car fucking headlamps with these like rounded bubbles around them. It's just reminding me of, like, when we were looking at some of the ridiculous concept cars the one time that would have things like that. This one actually has it. It's great. Look at that. This thing's cool as hell. I also love these ridiculous rims. Like, it's just got the ones with, like, the tons of spokes in there. It's just, this car feels aggressive in, like, a positive way, right? This feels like an aggro cool car. I like it a lot. The bumper is also really...
I like how front loaded. Like, there's so much of the car is the front engine block.
The front loaded
just makes it
yeah. And then also I love these like weird bumpers. Like they're like extended on the sides, in a cool way. There you can see that they go out kind of far. Actually, you can see from there too. They're like This is a cool car. I will say, not to be basic and say, oh, a Ferrari is cool, but it's pretty cool.
I mean, and you want to go basic. Like, it is of the flat model, right? But I really like of Ferraris the Berlinetta Boxer.
Let's see. Yeah. It's funny when I see this. my uncle had a car in the 90s that was not this, obviously. It was some kind, but
Sure.
it tried looking similar, and I'm trying to think of what kind of car it was, like where it had like the very flat hood. For his, it had like pop-up headlights and stuff. It just was evoking the shape. But it was.
There's something about the top of the hood here that makes it look like it's from a PS1 game in a way I really like.
Yeah.
Because it's just, oh no, it's just a flat polygon slope with textures to indicate features.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's fun. I like it. But yeah.
Folks got us on our cars used to be cool kick.
Yeah. Cars used to be cool.
Cars used to be cool.
They were always evil, but like, here's the thing. Sometimes when it's nicer when the evil, look, it's not actually, but like, in a way, it is nicer when the evil things are cool and don't suck. But now we still get the same evil shit, but now it also sucks. So it just feels worse, you know?
The nice thing about, like, we talk about the seductiveness of evil, right? And it's like I could stand some seduction, you guys. This is just evil. It's not even appealing. But, like, once upon a time,
yeah,
you had charming shit.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's just, yeah.
Oh, let's see if I can find this. One other notable Peel design. Yes, okay. Can I get better photos of this? Because this angle's not great, but images. Yes, okay.
Let's see.
Peel made a hovercraft in 1966.
Whoa! Oh, it's one of those ones. Yeah, okay. How many people can fit in that? It's like a little bus.
There is not a lot of info on this, friend.
Oh, no, I imagine not. Oh, look at that guy! That thing rules!
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, there's probably, yeah. Kind of goes to what we were just talking about in a weird way, right before we started, where I was just like, there's so much information in the world, and yet, even with the internet, so much that is inaccessible. Like, this was a cool thing that... This was a cool thing that this company made and is really neat, but like it's not like we have like tons of info on it, at least available to us. Do we? Have you found more?
No, in fact, it's possible that there are different things being. There is for sure the Peel Engineering Company located in Peel on the Isle of Man made a hovercraft. There are photos of this hovercraft being tested at the beach in Peel. I don't know if they're the same hovercraft or if this is just like this is a different instance. Probably they're the same one. What are the odds? But
okay, interesting.
There's so little information that it's possible there is some conflation.
It's really interesting too, right? Like depending on like the type of vehicle, because what's really funny is for labor vehicles. Remember when we found the one website that had all the billions of variants for all the construction vehicles?
Yeah.
And like, but that I assume that's because that is a labor vehicle, and even older models might still be in use. There are people who need to know like the information about them, the stats and whatnot. Whereas a one-off experiment by a company that seems localized entirely on the Isle of Man seems like something that people aren't going to generally care about overall. Just something I find interesting is all. These are the MSV of the car genre.
Yeah, it's fun shit.
It is fun though. Yeah, no, I love it. Well, I guess that's that.
I think that's an episode.
Yeah,
it's a short one, but the Peel, it's a homie.
Yeah. All right. Well, 6. Where can people find you online?
You can find me on Blue Sky at Sixtetmar, SIXDETTMAR. I have officially locked my account on Twitter. Don't bother contact me there. I'm not using it anymore. I haven't been for months, but I just sort of left it. It's like, no, I'm locking it. Let's just take care of this.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I did the same thing. I have my accounts all locked down. I occasionally jump on them to look at art by artists that I follow that have not moved to other places, and that's it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, you can find my work at scanlinemedia.com or patreon.com/scanlinemedia, and you can chat with us over on the Scanline Media Discord. There is a link down in the show notes if you want to talk about K cars and micro cars with us. We would have a great time if you showed us stupid little designs we haven't seen before, and by stupid I mean wonderful.
Yeah, show me funny little guys. I will always cheer for a funny little guy.
Dylan, what about you?
You can find me at Low Poly Robot on Busky. Mostly just have been posting some. I played through Dark Souls 2 again, because I still really like that game and I have a lot of fun playing through it. And then what else was there? Then I had some Gabriel Knight posting because friends of the show, Em and Dia, were playing through they had played through Gabriel Knight way back when, and I finally just was watching it while playing, and I now have Gabriel Knight opinions, which is a funny thing for me because I didn't know that Gabriel Knight was like a weird southern kind of dork. I just assumed by the name that he'd be like
he's a loser.
I assumed he would be like some cool detective guy, I guess, with a name like Gabriel Knight. And
well, I mean, sort of.
The thing is, no offense to Tim Curry, but I think the Gabriel Knight 2 Gabriel is maybe my favorite. He's a bit more subtle. He's still kind of a giant dweeb, but like in a different way,
Interesting.
I like it grew on me too, because like at the start I was like, this is kind of a goofy FMV thing, but I really like Gabriel Knight 2. Unfortunately, Gabriel Knight 3 sucks. I watched through that, and it was really funny because when I was watching them play it, I was like, I had mentioned it to Dia, and I was like, oh yeah, no, this actually seems really cool and stuff. And then she was just like, oh, it sucked to play through. And I was like, oh no, this game is going to get worse, because right now the opinions are not like as low. And so it's one of those things where you realize, oh no, something bad's gonna happen with like the gameplay, and it turned out it did. But yeah, no, Gabriel Knight 2 is a very funny game. So just shouting out friends of the shows. That's on Dia Lucina's YouTube. So yeah, that was a fun watch.
I'll drop a link down in the show notes. I've been meaning to watch it myself because I played Gabriel Knight 1 for Novel Not New. And I had a pretty decent time with that, but I don't want to play 2.
Well,
and I definitely don't want to play 3 because it's a nightmare to get it to run at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. It's one of those ones where I was looking into it, and it's just like, it seems like everyone's computer has different problems with it too, and it's just not fun. Oh yeah, then
setting aside your bad Gabriel Knight acting opinions.
Okay, yeah. Also, Gabriel Knight.
He's just a moron in 2.
Okay, but also, I think the actor is charming, I guess, in how stupid he is. He gives off himbo energy in a positive way. Also, 2 is so gay. It's so funny. Which, the writer of Gabriel Knight, she went off to start doing gay erotica under a pen name. So, not surprising that that's in the games, but... Oh, and then my other thing I posted was my opinions on thinking that ribbon cables are cool. Because they are. Look at these things.
Sure.
I think they're...
I mean, they're bad, but that's cool.
I mean, they have their uses. They unfortunately also cause static interference just by having all the wires bundled together, but...
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like, it is a ineffective design, but they're cool.
I mean, they have their uses. It's not like computers don't use them at all. There are some parts of your computer that still use them.
Fair.
Because when you need a whole bunch of wires put together, I mean, sometimes you just got to do that. But yeah, that's it. Well. Oh, also there was some... Oh, you know what? We'll show this as a little bonus mecha thing for people at the end of this. I recently got a I got a download of a Tomino book that showed off some of the designs for like the novels and stuff. But like, so these are interesting because I had never seen these before. These are some illustrations for his first Gundam novel, from what I can see, and some other stuff. Like this was just in the book. I need to translate the designer's name. This is a different designer than the Zeta books, but I love. Look at that Gian. It's got spiky shoulders and stuff.
Look at the Gelgoog.
The Gelgoog's also really cool and mean looking. I love it. The way the vents are separated on the chest is also really fun because normally, the Gelgoog just has the lines running through all the way. So this actually has like separated vents. Yeah, I was having fun looking at the book. It also had we've talked about Kazumi Fujita's Zeta novel illustrations. But it also had, I've never seen this one by Fujita for the Cubile.
Ooh.
This is when the Cubile is like still being like tested out, so it's only half of its body is there, but like it's doing the funnel testing and like it's got all these like mechanical parts attached to the binders. It's so cool looking, just really cool, evocative science fiction art that you get to do with when you're doing the novel stuff. It's fun. Anyway, just wanted to share those real quick. All right, now that's all from me.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well,
Quotes about cars, baby.
I don't know what you want from me.
I want a quote about a goddamn car.
I'm scrolling. There's not a lot. It was capable of seating, quote, one adult and a shopping bag.
Peace!
Peace.